Alright, so in this video we're going to look at this question. So the question that I have here is, if 5a plus 2b is equal to 2 and 2a plus 3b is equal to minus 8, find the value of a and b. Alright, so you should know that we're having two equations here. So this is a simultaneous equation and we're going to solve simultaneously. Alright, so the equation that we have here, we have two equations. Alright, we have two equations. So the first equation is 5a plus 2b equal to 2. Alright, and the second equation is 2a plus 3b is equal to minus 8. Alright, so these are the two equations that we have, and we're asked to find the value of a and what? And b. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do here is to name this equation my equation 1. So I will call this equation my equation 1. Alright, and I will call this second equation my equation 2. Alright, so this first equation I named it equation 1, and this second equation I named it equation 2. So the next thing I'm going to do is to solve by elimination method. Alright, we're solving by elimination method. So the next thing I'm going to do is to eliminate the a. Alright, so to eliminate this a, this 5a and this 2a, I will have to multiply equation 1 by 2. And where did I get the 2 from? I got the 2 from here, from the coefficient of this a in this second equation 2. Alright, and then I will multiply my equation 2 by 5. Alright, so times 5, so that this 5a and this 2a can be equal, and that is why we are doing that. Alright, so I multiply my equation 1 by this 2, and multiply my equation 2 by this what? 5. Alright, so 2 times 5a, 2 times 5a will give me what? 10a, plus 2 times 2b will give me what? 4b, equal to 2 times 2 will give me what? 4. Alright, so with that I've multiplied the first equation. Then I'll move to the second equation. 5 times 2a will give me what? 10a, plus 5 times 3b will give me what? 15b, equal to 5 times minus 8 will give me what? Minus 40. So with this I've multiplied my second equation. Alright, the reason for this multiplication is so that we can have this a can be equal on both sides, so that we can eliminate it. Alright, remember we're solving by elimination method. So the next thing I'm going to do after that is to subtract. This equation from this equation. So I will name this equation my equation. I will name this equation my equation 3, and I will name this equation my equation what? Equation 4. So what I'm going to do here is to subtract equation 4 from equation 3. Alright, subtract equation 4 from equation 3. This is our equation 4. Alright, so subtracting it, I'll put a minus sign here. So 10a minus 10a will give me what? It will give me 0. So that is out. 4b minus plus 15b, 4b minus plus 15b is what? That is what I have here. 4b minus plus 15b. So you should know that minus times plus will give you what? Minus. So that will be 4b minus 15b. So 4b minus 15b would be equal to minus 11b. So 4b minus plus 15b will give us what? Minus 11b equal to 4 minus 40. 4 minus open bracket minus 40 will be what? That's what we have here. 4 minus 40. Remember that this minus is affecting everything in the equation. Alright? So 4 minus 40 will be what? So you should know that minus times minus will give you what? Plus. So that will be 4 plus, because minus times minus is plus. So that will be 4 plus what? 40. And 4 plus 40 will give us what? 44. So 4 minus 40 will give us what? 44. Alright? It's quite easy and straightforward. So having done that, the next thing I'm going to do now, alright, the next thing I'm going to do is to look for the value of b. If minus 11b is equal to 44, to look for the value of b, what I will do here is to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of b, which is minus 11. So this will be divided by minus 11 divided by what? Minus 11. So that this minus 11 will cancel out this minus 11, so that the b can stand alone. So my b will be equal to 44 divided by minus 11 will give me minus 4. So my b is equal to what? Minus 4. This is the value of my b. Alright, so having done that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to look for the value of what? Of a. Is to look for the value of a, now that I've gotten my value for b. So to look for the value of a, what I'm going to do is to look for the value of a, I will put the value of b, which is equal to minus 4, into equation what? Equation 1. So my equation 1 is 5a. This is my equation 1. Alright, 5a plus 2b is equal to 2. 5a plus 2b equal to 2. This is my equation 1. So to get the value of this a, I will put the value of b, which is equal to minus 4, into this equation. So this will be 5a plus 2. So what is the value of b that I've calculated? The value of b that I've calculated is what? Minus 4. Minus 4. Alright, so I'll open the bracket and put it there, minus what? 4. That's the value of my b, equal to what? 2. So this will be 5a plus 2 times minus 4 will give me what? Minus 8. 2 times minus 4 will give me minus 8, equal to what? 2. So plus times minus will give me what? Minus. So this will be 5a minus 8 is equal to what? Is equal to 2. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to collect like terms, because you cannot remove 8 from 5a. Alright, they are not like terms. So I will take this minus 8 to the other side of the equation. So when this minus 8 crosses to the other side of the equation, it will become plus 8. So this will be 5a is equal to 2. So when this minus 8 crosses, it becomes what? Plus 8. So that will be 2 plus 8. Alright, so this will be 5a is equal to 2 plus 8 will give us what? 10. So to look for the value of a, I will have to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of this a, which is what? 5. So this is divided by 5, divided by what? 5. Alright, so that this 5 can cancel out this 5, so that the a can stand alone. So my a will be equal to 10 divided by 5. 10 divided by 5 is what? 2. So my a is equal to what? 2. So this is the value of my a, and this is the value of my b. Alright, so therefore, a is equal to what? 2, and what? B is equal to what? Minus 4. This is my final answer. Alright, so the value of a is equal to 2, and the value of b is equal to what? Minus 4. This is actually very simple mathematics. You just have to practice with questions, alright, in order for you to get the understanding. It's actually very simple.